Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on as I'm doing some work this morning. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. I have had a seance reading and I wanted to come on and talk about my seance readings that I offer. So, my seance readings can sometimes be a bit emotional, if you will. And that is because we channel. I'm sweating so bad, so much psychic energy. Ew. Hello. We're talking about my seance readings and how they're open for the month of December. So, Spirit has been saying since October that the veil is thin all year round, and we need to learn that lesson. The veil is thin all year round, people. So we need to learn that lesson, and that traditionally spirits were acknowledged during Yule and Yule time. And people, like on Christmas Day, people told like ghost stories and shit, and it was amazing. I, for one, am incorporating that practice for Christmas with my kids. And I think it's going to be great because who doesn't love a good ghost story? And it's a good way to acknowledge your ancestors. Like, it doesn't just have to be for, October, people. Anyway, so I'm opening up my seance readings. And I wasn't originally going to do this because I usually just don't. However, I decided it would be a good time to do it. Be a good time to do it, and the candle and the dead people are ready to speak. So if you're wanting to talk to your loved ones this holiday season, now is a great time to either purchase a reading or get it for a friend who really, 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 really needs it, which is going to be great. You're going to want that. And I think everybody needs to at least have one seance in their life, because the seance isn't just about like contacting your dead people. A seance can also bring up spirit guides. It can also bring about angel messages. It can also just bring about general messages that you need to hear for yourself. It's different from a tarot reading because a tarot reading is just looking at like your energy signature. A seance is looking at all of the people. Any seance candles for sale? I have candles. They weren't programmed for a seance, but I can program them for a seance if that's what you want. They're going to be, I don't have like a candle with me. I only have Nancy's candle. They would be in a tin. So if that's something you're feeling, then I can definitely throw some seance candles up in my stories for sale and you can get them. But you don't need to have a seance candle for me to have seance for you. But, because I have my big Mac Daddy candle here, but I'm definitely going to be doing some candles in my stories, and if you want them specifically programmed they're going to be candles in my stories for sale. If you want them specifically programmed for a seance, bitch, I got you. I can do that. Just let me know. Oh my God! It fell and broke. I would be so fucking sad. Like, I'd be in tears. I'd be in tears. Also, no one touches my seance candle. If people even go near it in the house, I like freak out. The same with my crystals. My husband had to like move our bookshelf where we keep all of my crystals and my tarot decks and stuff. And I looked at him and I said, "You better fucking be careful. Do not break anything." Oh, I was so angry inside because he was moving my stuff. I'm like, don't touch my stuff. Don't. And he, as a rule, I don't know if he's scared of it, but he doesn't touch my stuff. He doesn't touch my stuff, which is funny. Anyway, I can definitely program the candles to be seance-y, if that's what you want. They're not going to smell like Nancy's seance candle, okay? Because the smell goods are in there already. So I can't do that. Also, off the top of my head, I really don't know what scent she used, so I can't recreate that. However, I can program them. That's the juju in the candle that makes the spirits come. I can program them to do that. So yeah, I wanted to talk about my seances are open. You can book your seance. That would be great if you did. I don't believe she still has these big ones available. You'd really have to talk to her. This one is probably going to be a little bit different than what you are given, because this one is para mí. This is for me. I specially ordered this for me. And I've had, honestly, guys, I've had this candle for over a year, and this is the first time lighting it. Because when I buy the seance candles and she makes them for me, I maybe get 2 or 3 at a time. Because I usually buy them right before I do my seance season, which is in October, and I really didn't get any seances today, or this season, which was fine. Spirit didn't want to speak right then, and people weren't ready to hear Spirit speak, but they're ready now in December. Fine. Fine. So, it's a little bit different because I require certain things in my seance candle, and I tell her I want this, and because I have the hookup, she does it for me. Am I going to put her on blast and say that she'll do it for you? No, because I can't make promises like that, and I'm not going to. She knows what I use these candles for. She is aware. And whenever she first brought the seance candles out, I immediately called her on the phone, and we had like a 3-hour conversation. And this was like 3 years ago, of like, I asked permission. I asked her spirits, can I use your candle for this? Because I want to hold these seances with my seance candle. And they, of course, said yes. Now, do you have to ask for it? No, you don't. But that was me 3 years ago, and I did. And ever since then, whenever I hold a live in-person seance, and I've done it with some distance ones, I always light the candle, and I always thank the spirits afterwards. Because you should. If you're asking for information from your dead people, you should be fucking thankful that they're showing up for you, especially your loved ones. This isn't like you just give me. No. You have to say thank you. So thank you, spirits, for showing up today. So yeah, seances are open. Now, how I'm going to do these seances is they're going to be capped at an hour, and that just to respect your time and my time, and anywhere over that, the Zoom takes a really long time to process your reading. And I don't want to forget about emailing it to you, so, which I don't think I ever have, but it's hard, and I want you to be able to keep your reading. So we're going to cap it at an hour. Also, that seems to be a really good sweet spot, because post an hour, you really don't absorb all the information that I'm channeling to you, and I've had people tell me to slow down. I've had people tell me to stop. They're like, can you slow down? This is a lot of information. I'm feeling very overwhelmed, and I have to pause and say, are you okay? Especially in the form of if loved ones come through and we've had a very traumatic death. I usually tell people to bring tissues, to bring notes, pen and paper. But you also get your reading. But if you have it live, then you can compare your notes to when you listen, like re-listen to the recording, and whenever you do it. That's just how I roll. So yeah, seances are opened. Get one or give your friend one if they're really, really needing that. Just know, as a special little that if you're having your seance and you say, well, for example, what about my aunt? Her husband passed away. Can you give me some messages for her? For me, it doesn't always work like that. Like if another medium is able to do that for you, great. Fabulous. Not going to discredit them. But to me, those messages are not for you to hear. That's for your aunt to hear. And they would step forward for them. That's how I work. And also, I need permission from your aunt that I could just be like reading her dead people. So they don't always step forward. I give them opportunity to step forward, and I'm open to it. But does it always happen? No, I cannot make you any guarantees, and I can't also promise. Hello, we're talking about my seances that are coming back for December, and you can book them. And I can't always promise that whenever your dead people come forward, especially loved ones, that they're going to be all love and lighty. And they're going to say, oh, I love you. I love you. I miss you so much. Oh, my goodness. Now, if your grandpa, your dad was an asshole and you had a shitty relationship with him and you never saw any closure in your life with them actively, chances are if they're not ready, listen very closely, if they're not ready to continue on their spiritual healing journey in death, then guess what? They're not going to be fucking excited. Like if you've had like a traumatic death experience or, you didn't have a good relationship with your loved one, if you are coming into the reading and you're expecting them to say sorry, your expectations are going to be sorely met. I had an aunt once who she wanted my grandmother to apologize for all of the horrible shit she did to her on her deathbed. And when she didn't, she was very offended. And I looked at her and I said, did she ever apologize one time to you while she was like with it? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, why do you expect that to be like her dying breath, the thing that she says to you? She's not going to have like a full-on conversation. You can't. Your brain can't. Don't come to a reading with those expectations if you've had a shitty experience. Come with realistic expectations. Sometimes the messages they have to say are not comforting because spirit is just as real in life as they are in death. They don't fucking change. How do I know this? How do you know this, Lexi? I went to this other medium and they said everything was beautiful. Because I've done a lot of seances. And when you're real with your message, people respect you. Sometimes the most validating messages that shows that your loved one or your spirit guide or your dead people are really there with you are the ones that suck. Because you can go, oh, yeah, fuck, that happened. That happened. They're the ones that stick. Yay. So great, right? So comforting, so lovely. Yay. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Seance readings are going to be open all of December, except for December 24th through the 30th, and that's because I'm going to be out of town, and I'm going to be with like really religious family, and I can't be conjuring the dead people. Can't be talking to the dead people around my super religious relatives. And as a respect for them and their religion, I'm not going to be doing that. So like, don't come, and plus it's Christmas. I have children. I have to play Santa. So don't be like contacting me for a reading. Can I have my reading on Christmas? Nope. You can schedule it in advance, and if you really can't be there or don't want to be there, then I'll just schedule it to email to you on Christmas Day, and it'll be like a present. We can do that, but I will not be doing readings from the 24th to the 30th because I'll be out of town living my best life. in Cure Beach, North Carolina, so please don't contact me for services. And I'll make more announcements on that as we get closer to that time frame. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Witches Circle! Yay! So, the Witches Circle. The Witches Circle is a beautiful spiritual community. I call them witches, but you do not have to be a witch to be in this circle. That's not how I do things. That's just my cute little pet name for my clients. They're my witches. I could call you the B word, but some people think that's offensive, and I think it's a turn of endearment, because whenever I call my friends, I'm like, bitch! Guess what happened? But people on the internets don't like that, so I call you guys my witches. Also, it's cute because I'm like the witches bro. Anyway, not a thing that's like an issue anymore. So the Witches Circle is a spiritual healing community. And what I mean by healing is I do energy healing through Reiki, and we do like a little group reading, and then each one of you gets Reiki, and if the spirits are feeling up to it like they were this last time, each one of you gets a personal message. Does that happen all the time? No. It doesn't always happen all the time. Sometimes it's just weird images I see whenever I'm energetically touching you. That's it. And I tell you about it if that's what pops up. That happens the same if you get like a full body tarot reading and we're doing like weekly readings and weekly energy check-ins. Like, happens the same. But that's one of the things we do. And I try to do those on the full moon because that's helpful. And I save the new moon for myself because any psychic medium should be doing their own work. And the new moon is for me and the full moon is for all of you. And I think that's like a really good point to take things. And I really like that. And it's a good point to come full circle with all of you because, circle, witches, circle. Cute play on words, how I did that. So we have Reiki, that's a full moon Reiki, and sometimes we can also do a burn bowl. And a burn bowl is where I light stuff on fire, or you can light stuff on fire. Like, we could do it together. Like, I'm fine. But the point is I usually throw a little sticker, a story sticker, up in my Instagram stories, and I say if you have any intentions you want burned, please drop them in the story sticker, or you can email me or DM me and be like, hey, for the Reiki Burn Bowl this month, I want to do a burning of, like, I don't like the negative voice in my head, and I want that cleansed with Reiki, and we'll do that. And I write it down, and I say, for Bob, he would like to limit his negative self-speak, and I want his spirit guides to come forward and help him limit his negative self-speak. And so that's what I write down and how I do that and how that works. Whenever we're having a burn bowl session, whenever we're just doing Reiki, you just get a reading and then an energy healing, and I give you instructions on kind of like aftercare tips on what to do. In that, and then you get an email of the audio recording of the reading and the Reiki. Sometimes we will also do higher self practice. Do we do this every month? No, because in my general experience, not everybody wants to do this or has the time to do this, where you'll get a meditation where we do a shamanic journey, and we'll meet our higher selves. This month in December, we're going to be meeting and doing our shadow work. And we're going to be meeting and doing our shadow selves. And I have to write out the meditation for that. But we're also going to be doing full moon Reiki. It's kind of my present to you. You can do some shadow work and get some full moon Reiki. Yay! And full moon Reiki, the full moon in December is going to be December 29th. You also get a monthly themed journal. So you have journal prompts that will help you. There's community journal prompts that are going to help you get your shit together for the month. These are not personal ones. I do offer personal ones, and those are based off your readings. So it's helpful if I have read for you before. If I haven't read for you before and you just want a personal journal, then I'll pull a few cards for you and then I'll do it off that. But it's more helpful, it's more in-depth if I've read for you before. And so you get a monthly journal, and that is just me throwing some prompts and questions up there that you can get, like a scratch piece of paper. You can get a journal if you want, and just journal it on there. I used to do PDF downloads, but people stopped using the journal because they had to print them off, and it's a lot of work for the amount of money the subscription is to make a journal that you can buy off Amazon. I had people ask me about that, and I was like, this is a $10 subscription a month service. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of extra work, and you can just write it down yourself. It's a lot of work to channel the questions from the spirits, so let's just be grateful we have that. And the next thing that we have that the Witch's Circle offers is our monthly Mindful Moments calendar. And that is a Google Calendar that is on the password protected webpage. It gives you something mindful to do each month. If you're like completely fucking lost and you're like, I don't know how to do my spiritual practice. I don't know how to do this. This is stupid. It's not stupid. This just gives you tips and tricks on things to do. Like, I think one day is we're going to have a day of rest where we do no spiritual work, but the rest is about us, not about others. It's going to give you updates on when the Reiki is going to be this month. It's going to give you things to do each day. You don't have to do them. It's just like to be mindful. Like, if you don't have a spiritual practice, this is something you can do. And what you can do with the Google Calendar is you can share it to your email address and like sync it to either your iCal calendar for you iPhone people or your Google Calendar, and it'll just boop, 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 it'll pop up. Because I've made that calendar on the webpage public. So you can see all the stuff I put on there, and it would behoove you to look at the description portions on the calendar days, because that is where your information is going to be. And guess what? It'll just go straight to your phone. And so then you can be like, okay, well, today's the 29th. Like, does she have anything for today for me to do? And it's just a moment to take for yourself. It doesn't have to be fucking elaborate. It doesn't have to be 2 hours long. Nobody has time for that. It is just some ideas on what to do. And it gives you information about like where the moon is and how that is affecting your spiritual life. You also get a monthly energy forecast. And that just gives you like things that you need to look for based off your zodiac sign for the month. I put a monthly energy forecast also on my blog because Spirit was wanting to let you guys know about things and like general messages. So if you want to read things, you can read them on my blog. But the Witch's Circle is going to be $10 a month. And you can do this through a monthly PayPal invoice that will be recurring. Basically, it's going to hit your email on, let's say you want your monthly PayPal invoice to be on the 10th. And every month on the 10th, it's going to be like, reminder, pay for your Witch's Circle. And you just pay it. And then I'll get an email saying, so-and-so paid their invoice this month. And I'll mark you off. Or you can pay for the year, and that's on my website. I already have all the themes for the year of what we're going to do, because Spirit was very talkative and gave me all the themes. And this month is we're going to meet our shadows and still work on communicating with our dead people and spirits, which is great, and I'm super excited for this Yule December month. And I hope if you're considering about joining the Witch's Circle that you join. It's not on the Mighty Network anymore. People weren't on it. People were getting confused with how it worked. And people were also not getting notified. So annoying. And also, Mighty Networks wants me to spend $100 a month so you guys can have a space to gather when you can gather. for free. Well, not for free, but a lot cheaper on my website. And like, you guys can have community, like that's fine. That's why I open the comment section on my website, and you can drop a comment. You can provide feedback on a meditation, on the energy reading, on what is happening in your life, and ask questions on the website. But we don't need to be mishy-mashy with everybody in the community. I'm totally fine with you asking questions or being like, hey, what do y'all think about this on the website? So people can reply or not reply, but they're not like constantly overwhelmed with other people's energy. And I've also found, like in groups I've been a part of, that is also taxing for people. They don't want to hear about your sister problems all the time. You can ask, but you can't just like come on and vent. Like it's there for healing. And if you're doing that, then you need to book a session with me and we'll work on that one-on-one. And speaking of booking sessions, seances are open for all of December, except for the 24th through the 30th. And then if you are somebody that books a lot of sessions with me or a lot of readings or has a lot of questions, something you might want to consider is the year of you. Because in January, I usually do like a all about new year, new you reading. And I thought, instead of doing that, because I go over all the months of the year whenever I did that, and they were super long readings and it was just a lot, we could do a year of you, where you get a year of, this is a full year of personal energetic readings and Reiki. So there's only going to be 9 spots. There's 9 spots left for this. There was 10, but now there's 9. Plus you get, the Witch's Circle is included in the price. You can either pay full price or you can do a monthly invoice. But if you do not pay the full year, then this stuff stops. But you can look at my website, witchcraftandwriting.com, and it gives you a full scope of what a year of you looks like and how that can be helpful. But if you want to start small, which I highly suggest if you're just dropping into the spiritual world and you don't book a lot of readings with me, and you don't have a lot of questions or you don't know what to ask, you start with just doing a monthly subscription to the Witch's Circle and maybe getting like one tarot reading from either me or a person that you trust, or one seance reading. Don't just go willy-nilly all into the full year, the year of you bullshit if you're not ready for that, because you have to be ready to do the work. Because I'm going to give you some things to do during that reading, and I'm going to give you a lot of information, and I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I also want you to be like ready to do it, because I'm going to give you like questions to answer about yourself, and this is going to be intense. It's going to be the course of the year, so you have to be ready for that. So if you're like baby witch status and don't do shit and don't know shit, but you're super curious, start with the Witch's Circle for the $10 a month and experience what it's like to have a tarot reader / healer like myself work on you, and then decide if you are ready to work on yourself or book just a reading and figure it out from there. Because you have to be like into crystals, you have to be like into cards, you have to be like into this information that I am giving you. But today is Cyber Monday, so I'm going to be releasing some candles in my Instagram stories, okay? If you guys want them, you're more than welcome to them. Please take them. Whatever sells is what sells, and what I have left, I'll be using as candles for the Witch's Circle. Whenever I do my Reiki, I'll be burning those candles. So either way, they're getting gone. But yeah, if you guys want them, you can have them. And somebody asked, they can be intentioned to be seance candles. They can be intentioned to be whatever I want them to be, because that's part of the magic inside the candle. Um, but if you guys have questions, comments, whatever, please let me know. I'm going to be doing some more work, and then I have to go to the grocery store and be an adult. Not looking forward to that, and I'm still sick. But if you guys need anything, I'm around. I am most responsive right now through Instagram direct message or email. And if you need to email me like a lot of shit, or you need to request things or services, my email is alexaraybruno@gmail.com. And I'm going to be saving this live. So if you're like, I don't want any services, but I got a friend who probably needs to utilize her. Send this live to your friend and be like, bitch, I want you to watch it because you need this. You need this in your life, or let's do this together. Also, they're telling me to say, if you are wanting to get a subscription to the Witches Circle and you want to do this stuff with a friend, but you want to pay for your friend, you can do that. However, guideline, your friend must know that you're paying for them for the Witches Circle, because I am going to be emailing your friend goodies from the Witches Circle, like replays and things, and then it will also be on the website. This is another reminder that tomorrow the password is changing. It's changing. You will not be able to get to the Witches Circle as of tomorrow for the content on November. So if there's content from November that you want, go get it. That includes writing down all the prompts because they're going to go away. I'm halfway done with all of December content. So go get it. Make sure you have paid your dues, your invoice, if you're doing an invoice, for the Witches Circle, because I'm not going to give you the password until you pay for your invoice. Or if you want to establish something, today and tomorrow would be the day to do that. Or during the month of December. But I'm not going to be answering any questions or doing any services December 24th through the 30th. Because I'm going to be on vacation. So I'm going to be letting the Witches Circle members know through email that have paid their dues for December, hey, I'm not going to be available these dates. Going on vacation. And I'll update you guys through my stories. You might be able to see me going on vacation through my Instagram stories. But yeah. So whatever you guys need, please reach out. I'll be in and out of my emails and my Instagram DMs if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, if y'all have feedback. But I just wanted to come on and say, love you guys. And Spirit has been popping, and I'm super happy and grateful for it. And I love Seance Readings, and I love all of you guys and my clients who trust me to do this work. So thank you. Y'all have a good day. Bye.